now I request my team member, Ms. Bhamini Mehta, to introduce our next guest of the day, Ms. Janisha. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Uh, well, I'm extremely elated today to introduce Ms. Janisha Chheda. Well, I want to begin with the fact that she belongs to the Human Development Department and she's an SVI. So, our college and our department. To just introduce a little bit about her, because of course she's here to tell her own story to us today. Mrs. Janisha Chheda, who is the who is the founder actually, founder director of Jin Siksha, which is a center catering to children with developmental disabilities, is a psychotherapist and also a special educator. And she's also done several courses and is a life skill trainer as well. She's also a trained teacher for Waldorf education and a certified brain gym therapist and graphologist. And the best part is that recently, because of the pandemic situation, considering the needs of the parents and professionals, she and her sister, both of them started this new platform that is Avid, the Knowledge Training Center. It is actually an online platform for training parents, teachers, and professionals. And alongside, she also organizes interactive workshops and talks on family bonding. I don't know where lost my connection, but the Avid platform that she has started recently, girls, definitely it's a very useful platform for entrepreneurs also. So try and understand how she started off these things and where she has reached in the current scenario. And yeah, I think there's some jinx. I don't know. Sorry, Jinisha, but I think you can take over and begin your success journey, because I think the students are eagerly waiting to hear you out in terms of how you started off with your center and where you have reached today. I mean, I'm really happy that she is from our college, and girls, I'm telling you, she's a successful entrepreneur. So over to Mrs. Chheda.
Thank you, Bhamini.
Thank you for that.
Thank you so much, Bhamini. So I can share a screen, right? Yeah. Okay, great. Okay. Uh, I really enjoyed the talk by Mr. Sachin. It was amazing and a lot to learn from there. Am I audible to everyone? Can I just get some thumbs up from
Yes,
the
ma'am.
participants as well? Because I
Girls,
don't know whether the participants are there, not there.
yeah,
Being
I think
from human department, we like to see humans and not the black screen. So it will be really nice if I could see some emojis, some of your hands up, so that I feel that okay, yeah, thank you so much, thank you so much, that's really nice. So keep putting your hands up and hands down, and if you wish to even come up on the screen, it will be really nice, because it is very difficult for trainers to talk to something where there are no people in front of them. So especially for me, it is really difficult when I have to talk. But anyways, not wasting too much of time, I just want to thank for giving me this opportunity by my college, and I still call it as my college, because it's a big learning process. And still it is like a bible to me. It's like a place where if I am in confusion, even if just going and sitting on the foyer, yes, there is a lot of ideas that just free flow over there. So that's how SVT college has been to me. I would really thank Bhamini to give me this platform. I thank the Utkarsh committee to have this kind of an eye opening for people to know what a journey of an entrepreneur is. Though we missed it when we were graduating, but I think that was also a big learning lesson for us. जाके अपनी जंग जीत लो वैसे types. And as you enter SVT, it's always been said, that SVT is a place where you have to fight for all the work that you've been doing. So when we come out from SVT, we are all ready. We are ready to really start working. So I would just share a small presentation which I have made so that it is easier for you all to get glued to it. Yeah, so it goes here. Just let me know if you all can see this. Is this visible?
Not, yes,
Yeah.
yes, it is visible.
Yeah. So my topic I was given as, journey of a woman, and we all being here, the strong women. I believe our wish we were like Durgas, really having 10 hands, so that it is so much manageable. But I know we have the hidden 10 hands. We may not have the physical 10 hands, but we have hidden 10 hands. And the way you can see the image, we are born entrepreneurs. I don't think we need to really get into any kind of a course and MBAs or anything to really become an entrepreneur. Yes, we are born because we do a lot of multitasking work, right? So this is how I believe a woman who wants to really do some difference in the life has this 10 hidden hands, and you have to try pulling out all the hands to start becoming a successful entrepreneur, right? So, yeah, I always say that, yes, I am different. And that gives me the power to do things differently. This is something that I keep telling myself. It's like my mantra. Because this mantra, yes, I am different. And the way you see the different is because I work with children who show me different aspects of life. And that actually, my children have taught me to keep saying this word that you are different, but you can still do magics in life, right? So this is something where I have learned from there. And I would really say that my entire success goes to my children, my students who have brought me to this journey and making me so comfortable today to talk to all of you. I will talk about my journey as in how I started my center, which is called as Jin Shiksha. The logo you can see itself says it is Jinisha's Some Magic with Education. And how did I get this name? So before Jin Shiksha, I was in a partnership with one of the organization, and I worked with them for almost 10 years. Because when you are new, there is always a fear, right? And when there is a fear, you need some good hands to hold you till the time you become so strong that okay, now you know that you can fly. So you're just like those little birds who are in the nest. And that was there for me. And one day when I entered into a workshop, and one of the parents says, "Oh, this is the Janisha, okay?" And I wondered that they don't know me by my therapy center, but they know me by my name, which was something very startling for me. And I'm like, I struggle to make my brand name. I'm struggling to do this, but they still know me as Janisha. There is something that they are asking me for. And that's where a lot of brainstorming, a lot of change into my thought processes, a lot of change into my philosophy brought me to put this name as Jin Shiksha. So it's a place where Shiksha, education, is for all. It's not only for the students, but it is for all. Yeah. And my complete success, whatever Jin Shiksha has achieved today or Jinisha has achieved today, is a success which is clearly been ratified by what my clients have to say. Yeah. So what my clients have to say about me is something like this. These are all my happy parents who have been with me since almost a decade. There are few who are new, and they really believe that it is a place, safe place for their children. They come up with a lot of hope. They have a lot of acceptance. They have a lot of, you know, a thing that, okay, they are going to really see a transformation into their children when they are moving out. So Shiksha comes to them. Yeah, we give Shiksha to them where we are giving this particular kind of an education where we meet all these parents, we meet their children, we meet and try to bring about a lot of empowerment into them. Our second success comes from what my team has to say. Okay, so here is my team. There are lot many pictures, but they couldn't fit here. But I've put their words, what they tell me. And Jin Shiksha's team basically is a place where Shiksha is given to them as well. Yeah, so it's not only limited to children, not only limited to parents, but I believe that if my team learns every time something new, is where when they leave Jin Shiksha, they are not going empty-handed, where they have given everything to Jin Shiksha, but they are loaded with a lot of knowledge. So wherever they move out to any other organization, then they are taking something with them in their work, right? But unfortunately, or with the blessings, I would say my team is almost 13 years old with me. I keep getting new ones, but my older ones always stay back with me because they call that this place is like a nest for them where they keep growing and keep growing. Another place for Jin Shiksha is where the team has a lot of passion. There's a lot of freedom given to them. Yeah, a lot of learning. Learning, we never stop. We keep developing. We keep getting into some skills or something learning. A lot of teamwork, a lot of fun. And by the end of the day, we need that calmness to get back to the new world or the different world, which is our home. So this is a place where we really, really nurture ourselves together. And that's where we grow together. How did this happen? You know, so much of work, so much of thing. It's almost 19 years being in the field. How has this been happened? So only 3 simple ingredients: clear approach, targeted goals, and meticulous execution. There's nothing big thing in becoming an entrepreneur. There's nothing big that how successful you are. But if these 3 things are very much imbibed into you, you are very, very focused, as what Mr. Sachin said, that you need to have that purpose. Why are you doing this? That means your clear approach. Why am I starting up a particular work? Why am I starting a particular business? What are my different approaches to reach to that purpose? For that, I need targeted goals. Okay, I'm going to do this for 6 months. I'm going to do this for 1 year. I'm going to review my years again after 3 years, 5 years, keeping whatever targeted goals you have. And once that goals are set, how well are you executing them? Yes, and these 3 things I have clearly learned from my college. They used to give us lots and lots of goals. Okay, within 2 weeks you're supposed to do a lesson plan. Within a week's time you're supposed to give a project. And we are like, what? How are we going to do this? So my entire concept, comes from there, where yes, I have learned how to set all these things. And I'm very honestly saying there's nothing as a business plan that I had, nor did I go to any MBAs, nor did I that time there were no such organizations who would help you in startups. So it is like, okay, you're put into the swimming pool and start swimming. It was just like that. So this is something 19 years ago what I'm talking about. So I'll talk to you about my team growth. When I started in 2003, I was just the one person who was the administrator, who was the cleaner of the therapy center, who was the accountant, who was the operator, and who was the therapist. So it was, all 5 together. From 2003 till 2020, now if you see, there is an increase in the team member. So right from the therapist to the front desk team, to lot many have started being in a journey with me. So it's not my alone journey, I would say, it's a journey of my team. If you could see, along with the team growth, we have slowly increased the number of therapies. That was my approach, which I kept increasing my targeted goals to go very, very slow. Yeah, because with every step, there is a risk. With every step, there is a learning. With every step, there is a rechange of your goals. So I may have set goals like, okay, I want to have around 50 students by the year of 2008. But what if there is some collapse or my place has gone away? That happened to me. There was a time where I really scaled up and the owner comes and says, boss, khali karo jagah, humko kisi aur ko dena hai, tum humko rent nahi deta itna barabar se. And then what happened? I had to close down for 6 months, lost all my clients. But that did not say that, I have stopped. I immediately got a smaller place, worked a little more harder, where I used to work only for 5 hours, 6 hours. I started working for 8 hours and 9 hours. No holidays, no Saturday, no Sundays, because I had to keep my clients together. I had to not stop the development of my children. But that was just 6 months. The 6 months of hard work taught a lot lesson that be ready for the worst. And I'm sure this pandemic has given all of us that space, be ready for the worst. Anything can happen anytime, right? So that was a phase where we had a lot of ups and downs, but post that, we've never seen back. There was never a graph which went down. These are my personal goals, okay? So I do not want to talk much over here. These are my personal goals. I believe very, very truly, until and unless if I am happy, my family is happy, my work is going to be happy. If I am not happy, and being a woman and being into this Indian culture, being into completely Gujarati community where I never ever dreamt that I would be somebody who would be working at this kind of a platform. Very honestly, when I entered SVT, my only concept was ECC kar lo, aage kaam karne ko mila, otherwise you have to take care of your own children, right? But when I had my professor who told me, please do not be a teacher to your own children. And then I wondered, why did she say that? And today I really realized when a parent is working with a child and when a therapist is working with a child, though there is an improvement, but there is a little difference into it because the way you look at the child and where the parent looks at the child is very different. So for me, I really never thought that I'm going to come to this goal. But yes, I kept working on it, kept working on it. And then I realized that until and unless I don't have any happiness, and then when I got married, if I don't keep my family happy or my parents happy or my in-laws happy or my husband happy and my entire group happy, I would never be a very good person to work. So what are the ingredients in Happy Me? I keep learning one new thing every 6 months. So may it not be only related to my profession. It could be Kathak dance, it could be language, it could be some handwork, it could be some cooking classes, anything which is not professional. Yeah. So this is something where I would learn one new thing every 6 months or every year. I sharpen all the learned skills again. So learning never stops for me. I'm extremely physically active because I believe if you're physically very active, mentally you become very, very strong to take risk. And entrepreneur synonym is risk taking. Until and unless I am not, able to take a risk and manage it, I am not a very successful entrepreneur. Practicing a lot of mindfulness because my work requires that. And I keep reviewing my goals. Every 6 months, I review my goals. Every 1 year, I review my larger goals. Yeah. Happy family. I'm a very responsible person. I see to it that it's not only work, but I see to it that the entire family, I am supposed to take their responsibility. And we manage the home chores very, very effectively because there is a management skill which is coming into the managing home, right? There's a lot of love, enthusiastic, a very good listener and a giver. When you have this quality of listening and giving back, then you are able to balance everything in your life. When I say happy work, I bring about a lot of change. I want to bring a change into the society. And so there is a change into my work area also. Every year we bring about some kind of physical change, therapy changes, or some kind of change where my educators or my team does not get that plateau or does not get that, kind of a stagnation over there. Extremely passionate. Passion drives me to become an entrepreneur. So these are all the synonyms which I'm talking to you: risk taker, passionate, okay, innovation, hunger for knowledge. I always feel that there is not enough for me to yet not give to my children. I keep learning. And each child who comes to my organization knocks at the door, says, I think still you need to learn about me. Please go back to your studies. Yeah, I will give you these few examples. So they keep telling us that, you don't have enough. And we also review goals. So while hello, am I audible, Bhamini? Yeah, okay. So review of goals as my personal goals, I have special also. So there is a lot of feedback that comes from the team. There's a comes from my parents that what is it that you still need are the right people where you can take your review. There is no hide and seek game when it comes to an organ because I am directly dealing. I'm directly transparency of reviewing. Organization does not happen. This notes of mine because I believe this is pandemic, there were many really go back and understand my success story. For me, I go to my work, I work because I love work, and I'm back home, and I'm really happy about it. But this is something what I really learned in the days of my internship when I was going from. During my SVT to a spastic society, which actually gave me that entire spark. Are supposed to do B.Ed in special education. You're supposed to do that. And when I went there, there were so many incidents. Jinisha, not this beautiful girl who had muscular dystrophy. Okay, it's a particular disease where your muscles start degenerating, and in no time, that long are you going to stay. So I met this beautiful girl, worked with her for 3 months, 6 months, and then I come to know that she's not cool because she's no more. I crashed. It hurt so much that I said, "Oh God, no." We could see into her. She was smiling. She was happy to come to school, and now she's no. Then when I met children with meeting them, I realized that boy, 2 months, then I take a break of 4 months because we have to have parts and parts to do our internship. After 6 months, when I go and meet, only with the touch of their hand, okay, they are able to tell me Jinisha Tayali, and I am like, oh my God, how are they so sensitive to it and the breath?
Janisha, can I request something? Hello. We cannot hear you. Janisha.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere in between it stalls a little. So I think you switch off your camera, then you'll be will be able to hear you better.
Okay.
Probably the bandwidth is. We can try with that.
Now?
Yeah. Can you say 2-3?
Okay. So, yeah. So this is something where I'm sharing about my internship experiences, which taught me a lot of lessons of life. So everything is possible. Second is inquisitiveness to learn. So the children were always inquisitive. Whenever we used to go for internship, oh, Jinisha Didi has come and today she's going to teach us this, she's going to teach us that. And I'm sure a lot of so experiencing that they're all, and that taught me that they really valued their life. Okay, to take sometimes our life on granted, but this special.
We have again lost you. Janisha, we cannot hear you. Yeah.
Because it shows, yeah.
Huh.
Just keep telling me in between. I will repeat, and I'm really sorry for that. But here it shows me full range of my internet, so I don't know. Is it a problem with everyone?
Probably Kandivali. I don't know.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Yeah. Students have mentioned, so that's the reason. Yeah.
Site. Okay. So, so hunger for learning. The way Mr. about Ikigai, yes. Strongly imbibed into me. My experiences of what I am successful for today. Society, there is uncertainty of when which child will not be able to reason. So there's uncertainty of life, and we as educators put in a lot of effort. We put in so much of effort of just teaching a small skill at me, or holding a pencil, which we will feel it so menial, but it is a big task. But we invest with no interest of anything coming back. Interest, when we invest, we want to see kitna milega, 12%, 14% as a cashback. Do not wait for those interests. We are just investing into the child with the entire dedication and love and happiness and joy that yes, this child will become independent in near future, right? So everything is possible and valued. These are the of my review sessions, what I do by the end of the day, end of the week, which makes me feel, yes, I am doing some work in this society. So my equation that when you are in, did you all lose me?
Ma'am,
Yes.
now we can hear you.
Yeah, I think there was my entire Zoom only got just closed for some reason. Yeah, sorry, I'm really very sorry. So this is my professional goal, that you need to have this kind of quotient which makes you a star. Okay, and this quotient is not only present for the head of the entrepreneur, but every person who is working in that particular team. So intelligent quotient, adversity quotient, political quotient, emotional and spiritual quotient. When all these five come together, it makes a star. And the star is something which holds you for all the kind of beautiful work that you have to give to the society. That is what a feeling for me was when I was working. This is something what came into me, because intelligence, yes, you need that intelligence to start everything, but along with that, adversity quotient, because for us it is anytime a child who comes to us, whatever we have taught him for months together, someday because of one epileptic fits, okay, or some kind of a seizure or some kind of health illness, whatever is learned is vanished. And then as an educator, we go through a mental shock that, oh God, I did so much. And now what? So this quotient, if it is very high into me, then at any kind of a juncture, if I am not any kind of a tough situation also, we are able to function in the same manner that we started with, right? Emotional quotient, yes, I cannot get too attached with my clients. I cannot get too attached with my child, but I have to still be attached and show my work with them. And very, very important is the social and spiritual quotient, right? So these are the few of the professional goals that we have set for the team and for myself at Gen Shiksha. Yeah. And I don't know, for me, it is moreover that money keeps coming. Yeah. So never start a business just to make money, but start a business to make a difference, right? So when I say this, money will flow if I'm innovative, money will flow if I'm passionate, money will flow if I'm making a difference into the society. I am creative. Money is going to flow. But if I am so much money minded and then I forget all those areas of aspects of work, then to really go back and start an entrepreneur is very, very difficult, because then I don't see where am I heading to. Then we are very good as people who can go for a job. Because for an entrepreneur, as I said, I would repeat again, risk taking, passion, innovation, creativity, and you are a master of all. Yeah. For you, even if in the night there is something that comes up as an idea, you need to have a book besides you. That's how your brain has to function. That's what I did in my early years. Suddenly in the night, you say, oh, I think this therapy is going to work. Oh, I think this is something going to really make a change. And there was a small book always kept besides my bed. That's an entrepreneur who keeps thinking of work 24/7, 365 days, right? So this is a very short thing. I would really be very happy if I have a lot many questions, because that will tell me really what the participants want. If you want, I can still talk about 2 failures that I met if I have some time, and how that failures taught me to become more stronger. One was the first time that I was invited by a corporate in my very, very early years of my work. And the corporate says in their corporate language, which was not a very familiar language for me, being a psychology student, we always have a lot of frills to our talk, right? And the corporate people are like, tuck, 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 to talk to the point and just go away. So this person comes and asks me, so what is your vision? What is your 5-year goal? And I'm like, I really don't know. I just started work because I love working and I know I could be a good leader, but I really don't know in 5 years what I want to do. So this was in my early years of 2003. So I went to meet this corporate in around 2005, 6, because people said, funding milega corporate ke paas, you'll be able to do big. Let's go and meet them and ask for some money to raise some funds for our children who were not able to pay fees. And I was cold. I was cold. I could not answer them. That was one. Second, who are your competitors? And I never bothered to know who else is doing a work like me because I'm like a horse. I wanted to do this. I was just looking straight and I was working. So that was the second thing. Really, I have to see who are my competitors and what are they doing. Third question is, what is your financial plan? And I'm like, gone, dead. And whatever Mr. Sachin spoke is something what I learned in my experience. Yeah, I said, no, I need to prepare myself for all these 3 questions, which I failed so bad. And when I come out of it, and it was the office of my husband only, and he gives me left, right, center. Oh, you are not prepared. What did you all do? What, etc., etc. And I said, no, this is not the way I get myself ashamed in front of a corporate. I need to learn. So I go back. There were online courses on Coursera. Did few of the courses, understanding the accounts and this and that. I sat back with my team. I sat and understood our vision, understood our goal, did a research on my own, meeting lot of my friend circle who are into the same field, understood their things, and then it prepared me to go and meet a corporate. There are times where we have worked a lot with our children and the children say goodbye to us is a big failure for us. But then we realize that they thought there are still new more children coming in and you cannot really sustain with one particular child. So these are few of the failures that we went through and hardships in our early ages. But yes, now we are all ready to face them strongly because with that experience of failure came a lot of learning lessons. So with this, I would just close by saying, with even with one of the things what Mr. Sachin says, that yes, Jugaad, Junoon, and Zuban, these 3 things, okay, are needed for any entrepreneur. You need to know Jugaad not in the negative sense, but yes, you have to be able to handle any situation. Junoon, you need to have different ideas every time. And Zuban, you need to be very creative. If you're creative, you will have a platform. You have to talk, you have to ask, and you have to sell yourself outside to the society. Thank you so much. So this was a very short one. I'm really, really excited to answer the questions because I want to know what people want to know. Thank you so much, Bhamini.
Thank you, Sheda. This was really invigorating. And I'm telling you, this will make a lot of difference to especially those students who really are now wanting to go ahead and become entrepreneurs in the long run. So thank you, students. She actually displayed the skills of an entrepreneur. I mean, through and through, I think from the beginning itself, there was this enthusiasm in her, and I think somewhere she wanted to do good for the society, which really came through. However, she rightfully mentioned that you have to have a clear approach and specific targets and goals. So begin from there. I think you are all quite lucky that we have the EIP cell in place, and Dr. Anuradha Ramesh has been really doing things for all of you, and of course the other teachers with her. So the entire team take up this opportunity. So probably if Janisha ma'am could achieve it in some years, say like 10, 15 years, you'll be able to at least attain it within few years. So thank you very much, Mrs. Sheda. And now we'll open the session for question answers. So over to Ms. Anju Tulsyan for moderating the question answer sessions.
Thank you, Ms.
Anju.
Janisha Chadha. You have really given a wonderful insight, and Mr. Sachin as well. Both of you have spoken about, the steps of getting the vision to reality. I'm sure our students have taken note of all the pointers that has been spoken about, from the models to your story on how you have, got it in practice, and Mr. Sachin as well, in terms of setting up the business, giving it an accelerator, and making it as an accelerator and incubator business. So it's definitely a wonderful beginning that we have had with you both in terms of, the startup vision into reality. And our students have taken, and us, we have also taken a lot of learning from these sessions. And Ms. Anju, please, the question and answers. I'm sure the students have a lot of questions